Hello everyone, 大家好，我是 Shang Guan Jie Wen, Jason Smith. I'm from sunny California, the Golden State, living here in beautiful Beijing. I moved here more than 10 years ago, and now I live here in beautiful Beijing, city of museums. I came here because I wanted to promote good relationship between the US and China. The first few months living here in 2012 were very different than my experience now. We did not have WeChat. You did not have Didi. Most apps didn't reach out into the real physical world to bring you things like they do now. So Alamam may have existed, I'm not sure, but I certainly didn't use it. I went out, so I had to use the subway. I had to hail a cab. You needed to speak Chinese. So basically at that point I knew jade. But now I can actually speak Chinese, and we have Didi and all these things, so my experience is very different. China is also very different. It's very advanced, it's very modern, and so I love living here. Honestly, I think no offense to them, they miss mom. And I know people who have said that, oh, I miss Christmas with the family. So a lot of people find it inconvenient to go out of China and to come back into China, so some of them made the decision, I'm just gonna go home because I need to see my family. You know, most expats who come to live in another country, they only go there for a certain amount of time. A lot of people come over to China to only live a year or so, and then they end up living here on average more than 5 years. So the fact that the pandemic happened and a lot of folks went home and they didn't come back, that makes a lot of sense. So they were going from year to year to year to year thinking, oh, I love life in China, and I can go see my mom sometimes. And then they were like, well, I need to go see mom, but I guess this is the end of my China journey. So it's sad. Our community has lost a lot of people who I think actually do love China, and I think a lot of people will come back. So my attitude towards China is actually better now than ever before, because China is better now than ever before. There are so many blue skies days now. It is almost like all blue sky days. I love going out. I love the freedom. I love the fact that I'm even more exotic. People really do say "la wai" now because there are so few of us. People are really surprised when they see me, and I get to be, you know, a centerpiece for people's lives. But I love it here. There are more opportunities now than ever. Now that so many foreigners have left, the positions open for foreigners in China has made wages go up. So firstly, you can get into any school you want now if you're a qualified professional. I don't actually work in schools. I have a different kind of job. I am a professional podcaster, radio show host, but I know that positions are opening up across all kinds of fields, and people are jumping from one industry to another right now because there is such a need for people from other countries. Is now a great time to move to China? I know someone who actually just left China and then came back. He left, and then 2 or 3 months later, he came back to Beijing after having gone to London. So it is very easy to do. People just don't want to quarantine. I think it's 5+3 now. So you have to quarantine for 5 days, and then 3 days you need to get a COVID test each of those days. Pretty easy stuff if you ask me. Is it a good time to come to China? It's a better time than ever. A lot of people who are qualified professionals should come back or should come to China to live for the first time because there are jobs aplenty. Just make sure that you go to work for a qualified employer. Don't look for these middle companies that are saying, oh, we have jobs in 20 cities. No, call the school or the employment opportunity that you're looking to work for. And yes, this is the best time. The job market has never been like it is now. If you are a qualified professional teacher or work in another industry, you're a scientist, there are more scientists moving from the United States to China now than ever before. The statistics are off the charts. Pay is high. Morale is high. People in China are elated. The job market is spectacular. If you want to have a great China experience, come now. Advice for people who might be planning on moving to China: learn Chinese. You know, this is not the old days in the Wild West, pew pew pew, of China, where you can just come over here and get by with English. Like, yes, people do speak English, probably more now than ever, but professionals increasingly are speaking Mandarin. So learn Chinese. Make Chinese friends. Don't get in what they call an expat bubble, where you make all of your friends from America and England and Australia. Start making Chinese friends. Grow your ability to do Chinese things. Take up hobbies that are popular in China. Be open-minded about the way that people in China perceive their own world and the world outside of China, because maybe they have something to offer you that you hadn't considered. So number 1, learn about China, Chinese culture. Number 2, be open-minded about Chinese perspectives on their lives and the world. And finally, what are my plans? Oh, I'm never leaving China. I do have a green card, and I recommend anyone who qualifies for one get one. And I'm planning on retiring in China. China is outstanding. It's spectacular. Now, does that mean I don't like America? No, that's not true. I love America. America's got Taco Bell and In-N-Out Burger. America's great. My family live there. I hope the best for them and all of my American brothers and sisters. But for me, personally, my aesthetic, I love sunny, beautiful China. I love all the cities. I love traveling around. I love having new experiences here. I love the food, as you could probably see. All right, don't forget to check out my channel, The Bridge Podcast.